Okay, John, your package arrived today, so we're gonna get you unpacked here and have a look and go through your watch and make sure we're checking everything out. Alright, so this is your watch. You have owned this watch since, I guess, day one, which is always so awesome. I really enjoy working on people's watches. The ones that are theirs. Oh my goodness, look at that. So cool. Okay. Well, let's take a better look here. All right. Okay, so I'm going to take a very close look at all of the things that have to do with your watch. So this is a 1972. So this is from, sorry, I keep hitting this thing. July 7 to 1972, 6105 8119. Now, this is very cool. Very, very cool. I have a watch. I have a watch from 1 month before this watch. My personal 6105 is just slightly older by 1 month. But what's interesting is that you have a short sweep, which may have been a service hand. I don't know. I don't know exactly if anything was replaced when you send it back to Seiko to have it serviced. But you have the shorter sweep. I have the longer sweep, which I think is a very, very late sweep. But your stoplight is beautiful. Look at the condition of that. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. All right, I'm going to clean your crystal just a little bit because we're going to determine whether or not you want to replace that. I'm not sure if you do because it's so nice. You may just want to leave it alone. It has some scratches. Perhaps you change it. So let's just go over the condition as seen. Your case back is nice and clean. You've got the horseshoe style back, which is nice to see. Your brushing is all very consistent, beautiful. You have very, very little wear on the edges here. These oftentimes get dinged, but this one is super clean. Your insert is basically flawless. I mean, you have some very minor things here and maybe here by the two, but overall there's a little scratch here. I don't point these out to denigrate the condition. I only do it so that you and I know where we're starting. A little loss of surface brushing here, and but otherwise, this is just really, really nice, beautiful watch. Your crown locks nicely. It seems to work really well. I always try and kind of get a sense of the state of the watch as it comes in. I'm going to see if I can get your case back off just because I want to see what the movement looks like. I'm not too worried about it. Usually when something looks this clean and this good on the outside, it usually means about the same for the inside. So that's very stiff. I'm going to have to get that on a machine. Now your Loom has some interesting characteristics. It's all very consistent with itself. You see this very slight puffiness, almost as though there's some salt crystals that have lifted out of the Loom on the hands. There's a couple white spots. I'm not sure if you can see that directly, but they're there. Couple little places in here on the 8 and the 7, 6. There's a couple little spots. Now, that's not a big deal. I wouldn't really bother with that very much. I would say that that's just part of the watch's character. You still have a solid click ball, so that's really good. You will need a new gasket under here, of course, but we're going to put gaskets everywhere. Rebuild your crown, put a new gasket under your bezel, put a new gasket in your case back. That's just part of the service, so we'll get that squared away. Overall, just a pretty watch. Really nice. Your dial looks nice. There doesn't seem to be any obvious flaws through the crystal, of course. We'll take a much closer look when we get in there. There's a little bit of stuff inside, but that's probably from that crystallization on your hand surfaces. A little bit of black death on the end of your sweep second here, but we might be able to clean that up just a touch. But yeah, really, really pretty watch. Pretty watch. For something, you know, on the scale of 50 years old, it's amazing. Incredible, in fact. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this on the time grapher just to kind of get a better sense of where we are straight out of the box. So let me do that. Get this adjusted here. 1 second. Oops. Sorry. Okay. I'm going to try and put a little bit of extra power into the mainspring. You know, shipping will wind it a bit, but not enough to really call it under power. I'm not looking for strong numbers. What I'm really looking for is the quality of the signal, and hopefully there's enough power in there to determine what that is. Okay, so it's a bit all over, but you know, that's why we're here for service. Let me see if I can manage to make this better. Sorry. Hey, I don't know how to do this right. Okay, that's close enough. So, this could be a power issue. It's a bit noisy. Let me wind this a little bit more. You know, you really have to consistently wind these things to get good numbers right away. And if it's been sitting in a UPS truck, or whatever, it may not have gotten a lot of wind into the mainspring. It is clicking, so it is winding, so I can hear that. That's always a plus. All right, let's see what we got. See if we can do any better here. Okay, so gaining time. Got a little, you know, your amplitude's low by about 100 degrees, but that's, you know, that's why we're here. Hopefully this will clean up just fine. I'm always a bit concerned about noisy signal, but that's okay. I think we'll be okay. We're going to go ahead and open up your case back and then take a look at your movement just to kind of see what state it's in at the moment. Okay, now that we have things loosened up, let's go ahead and finish the job. Take this off. All right. Well, of course, it's a great movement. This is a 6105B, which is a hacking movement from Seiko. The original 6105s, the first generation with the symmetric case, they of course were not a hacking movement. But these got hacking. You also have the lovely sort of chamfered edges here on your main plate and your bridges, which is nice to see. Here it is on your balance assembly. Everything looks really clean. You know, no moisture. It's a little hazy, but you know, that's probably to be expected. Looking here on your case back, I see a service mark. I have no idea what it means, of course. That's probably Seiko service, which is what you said you had done in the past. Otherwise, just a clean movement. This should be a very straightforward, hopefully a very straightforward service. Sometimes there are demons that lurk beneath, but I don't foresee there being a big issue here. Okay, well, happy with what I see, both inside and out, and I'm going to send you this video, and we're going to get started getting your watch back together. As soon as I hear back from you, we'll get it torn down and fully serviced, and get all the components rebuilt, and that will be it. All right, well, thank you so much for trusting me with your lovely watch, and I'll be in touch. All right. Thanks, John.